Welcome back to another episode of Weekly Movie Recommendation with Peaky Insights. So today I'm going to talk about one TV show. It's actually a mini series. It has only 6 episodes, but I'm talking about one TV show and a movie. And both of these content pieces are actually centered around one common theme, and that theme is about sadness. In fact, the movie that I'm going to talk about is perhaps the saddest piece of content I have ever seen. And in fact, there's this joke also running on the internet that this particular movie, is actually the saddest movie ever made. So yeah, there is a lot of sadness in both this movie and this TV show. And if I talk about the TV show also deals with relationships which we don't choose. Mark Ruffalo plays a double role and he is exceptional. He really is exceptional. And he's playing a set of twins, like twin brothers. He's playing both the roles. And okay, there are a lot of things to talk about that. We'll talk about that later, but let's talk about the movie first. The name of the movie is Manchester by the Sea. This movie has an Oscar for screenwriting. And believe me, the screenplay of this movie is really, really good. And the second Oscar this movie got was for Best Acting, and it was received by Casey Affleck. Casey Affleck, by the way, is the younger brother of Ben Affleck. So if I talk about the story of this movie, I won't reveal anything about it. I'll just give you a basic idea of what the movie is going to be about. So this movie is about Casey Affleck's character, who has a very sad and a very bad and a very horrific past, and that past is set in Manchester. And he, after that, that terrible incident, he leaves Manchester, but there's this big incident that happens, because of which he have to go back to Manchester, relive his past, relive his trauma, and just stay in Manchester and just soak in everything bad that has happened to him. And believe me when I say this, the screenplay of this movie is so well written, accompanied by the performance, great performance by Casey Affleck, deserved winner of the Academy Award actually. So there's this scene in which everything is revealed to us. Like from the start of the movie, we are like, okay, something bad has happened to this character, something horrible has happened to his character. That's why he can't go into Manchester, he can't stay in Manchester. And there's this build up created like, okay, something might have happened. And when we get to that revelation act, boy oh boy, that is so well made, so well written. The performance again is spectacular in that scene, and it will just bring maybe tears to your eyes, or at least it will make you feel heavy. Like, that is so bad, you'll feel like that is really so bad. And just keep an eye on Casey Affleck's acting. Okay, that's enough. I recommend this movie to you. Please check it out. The name is Manchester by the Sea. Now let's talk about the TV show. The name of the TV show is I Know This Much Is True, and this TV show also have a lot of layers to it. And actually, while you watch the TV show, somewhere down the line, somewhere in the middle, you'll feel like, what's happening? I just don't know where this TV show is actually going. But believe me, when this TV show actually ends, or this miniseries actually ends, it all makes sense. Okay, so let's talk about the story in not a lot of detail. So we have Mark Ruffalo, who plays a set of twins. So one brother of the twin is really normal, but the other brother is actually a paranoid schizophrenic. That means he's not well, he's sick, he's mentally sick, and the good Mark Ruffalo's character has to take care of this other Mark Ruffalo's character, and both of these characters are very different from each other. I mean, it's just written there that one is a normal guy and one is a paranoid schizophrenic. So therefore, they will behave differently, they will act differently, and yeah, they do. Mark Ruffalo does a spectacular job in differentiating both of these characters. And in fact, the physical appearances of both of these characters are also different. The normal Mark Ruffalo's character is a normal guy, but the other one, who is a paranoid schizophrenic, is kind of bulky, he's kind of bloated, he's kind of bigger. So yeah, he's done a fantastic job there. But this whole series is actually about relationships which we do not choose and we have to take care of though. For example, family. Whatever relationships we have in our family, whether it's with our father, mother, brother, sister, anyone, we don't choose those. And this series is actually about these relationships. So the normal Mark Ruffalo's character have to take care of the other Mark Ruffalo's character, and that is a relationship that he did not choose. And how these relationships actually affect our whole life, and not even our normal relationships, but also our ancestral relationships as well. How they actually condition us. But I would say that it kind of loses its point maybe in the middle. For the longest part of this series, in fact, you will feel like, okay, what is the point of this series? Because at the end of the first episode, or maybe at the end of the second episode, we know that okay, this is going to be the mission of one character. But as we go deeper and deeper into the series, we realize, yeah, this is one of the parts, that this is one of the missions. But other than that, there's this self-discovery, there's this self-realization of one of these characters. So Mark Ruffalo's acting, differentiating in both these roles, is just on another level. And a lot of the scenes are shot in ultra close manner, like we only see this much amount of Mark Ruffalo's face or any other character's face, and every emotion that he has to emote with his eyes, and just this much amount his face. And Mark Ruffalo does that so brilliantly, and the camera also captures everything that is happening here, only here. So a lot of extra close-ups really gives that intimate feeling when characters are talking to each other. So anyways, believe me when I say this, I have not at all told you what the story is going to be, neither of the movie or of the series, but I want you to check those out. So that's it for this week's episode. You can check out some other videos on my channel as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching.